a heart that hurts. I want to spend my life mending broken people. I want to spend my life mending broken people.
Hello and welcome to another 3ABN Today cooking program. I'm your host, Melody Caviness, along with Rendall Caviness, my husband. Today we want to take you into our home, show you some of the recipes that we do on Christmas. Yes, this is a Christmas program or you wouldn't see me in red. Most everybody says, all you ever wear is black. I love black. But today we want to fool you with some of these holiday favorites that we love in our home. I want to just go through some of the recipes before we get started, if you don't mind. The Christmas brunch casserole, you love that one. My husband loves tofu. Avocado toast, our apple spice pancakes and apple topping, polenta, and this is a spicy polenta, lemon cranberry bundt cake, and our cranberry breeze.
All right.
Yes, we love these. They're so special. You know, a lot of people will do a heavy lunch during the holidays, but in our family, Rendall, haven't you noticed that we've got kids going to grandparents, we've got mother-in-laws, father-in-laws, all these different areas they go to. So we like to get up in the morning, maybe open up presents and have a brunch instead, and then meet with the family for the evening meal.
That's right.
We do. And of course, I think my favorite part is probably the presents. Although I don't like surprises, my husband can tell you.
She doesn't like surprises.
I hate surprises, but you know I do love to cook, and guess what? My husband loves to eat. So together, we're here today to show you some of these. Why don't we go to our first recipe, Rendall? Would you mind reading the ingredients to this?
Sure. 1 cup green onions diced, 1/2 cup red bell peppers diced, 1/2 cup green bell peppers diced, 1 16-ounce package of firm tofu, drained and crushed, 4 cups packed hash browns, frozen or fresh, 1/3 cup green canned ripe olives sliced, 1/3 cup olive brine from the can, 1 cup cheesy sauce, 1/4 cup nutritional yeast flakes, 1 tablespoon granulated onion, 1 7.1 ounce package of vegan cheddar style cheese, 1/4 cup Tafudi brand sour cream, and salt to taste.
You love this recipe, don't you?
I do.
Honestly, though, he loves to eat. I do too, but it seems like I do both eating and cooking. You know, honey, I am going to let you help me with this. I know I'm usually the one that does most of this in the kitchen and you're the taster, but I want you to put on your gloves because there's nothing like just getting in there and getting with it, you know? Just grab that food and smash it up.
All right.
I know sometimes people call it smashing, but I want to take the tofu here and we want to crumble it up because basically this casserole entails having the potatoes, having the tofu, having the onions. It's just got everything together so you don't have to have different segments like potatoes in one dish and tofu in another dish. We've combined it all for one big casserole. You're going to love this dish, I promise. You got them on? All right, now in that bowl I want you to put the tofu in there. And I want you to smash it all up really good. You know I want in there with you. I just want to smash all that up.
But you don't like cold.
I don't like cold. That's the truth. I can't stand when my hands get really cold. So a lot of times he does the tofu smashing, as I call it.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. Pretty much all the time, right? Yeah, you do.
Think we're close?
I think you're close. And if you don't mind, I'm just going to start adding things in here. This is the green onion. I love onion. If you don't like green onion, don't put it in, but red peppers. Now, what holiday is this? This is Christmas.
Certainly.
We want color, so we want red and green in our tofu bake here. Now, let me put this in here too. If you want to, honey, take that spoon and mix that together. No, I'm going to trade you spoons. You know me, I'm fickle. I'm going to trade spoons with you there. We're just going to.
I think I
And
can
this
use
is
my
an
hand.
easy recipe too, folks. In a bowl, in the oven, boom, let it bake. Yeah, since you got the gloves on. Now I'm going to add some more weight here to you, so I am going to put the hash browns. Now you can go to the store and buy some of the frozen hash browns. You can take your potatoes ahead of time, boil them, and hash brown them yourself. Some people might want to cube them. That's okay too. Make it your own. And I love using a little bit of the brine. I don't use a lot of salt in my recipes, but on the green canned olives, I don't mind using some of that brine because it's really low in sodium. And it adds a really good flavor to casseroles, meatless casseroles, and also to this breakfast casserole.
It's getting there.
It is getting there, isn't it? How about if I give you some cheesy sauce?
My favorite.
You do love cheesy sauce, don't you? What is it you like to make with cheesy
I like
sauce?
to take tortilla chips, the soft round, and cut them up in quarters, put them in the oven, toast them.
He makes his own
And
tortilla chips. Yes,
A little
he
bit
does.
of jalapeno with that is great.
I know. You would put jalapeno in here, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Now I've got some onion powder. And this is the sour cream. You know, for years, all we had on the market was Tofutti brand sour cream, but there are other varieties out there, and even though this is what it calls for in this recipe, it's because what I can find in my area. So you might want to just, whatever you have, as long as it's vegan. There are some other brands out on the market now. And that's what he's going to put in now.
Smells really good already.
That's it. Yay. You know, they say half of it is just getting through the smell of it. It
Say
looks
when.
good too. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of the cheddar style cheese. I want to save a little bit for on the top. So when it's baked, it bakes in the oven for like at 350 degrees, just enough to get your bell peppers and your onions, which usually takes about 25 to 30 minutes based on your oven. And then just about 5 minutes when the casserole's done, I add some of that cheddar style cheese over the top and maybe a few green onions for color. You're good.
Thank you.
Now, I mean, this is good.
Oh.
Yes, you are, dear. Now let's go ahead and you might want to pop those gloves off. And we're going to add it to this casserole dish here. I'll let you do this now that you've got those gloves off. Fill that up for me. And I'm going to get some of these ready and clean up a little bit of our mess. That already looks pretty and it hasn't even been in the oven yet. I know for most people when they make scrambled tofu, they use turmeric for the color, but we don't have to here. We've got the cheese and the color of the other vegetables. It looks yummy. Good job. Hey, you're really good.
I learned that from you.
You learned it from me. Well, okay, I'm a good teacher then, aren't I?
That's about it.
That's it. Now, I'm just going to show you how I would shake that over the top after it's baked. And then I would always garnish with a little green onion. And you're good to go.
Good job.
Yeah, you know what, honey? I know it's not totally done, but I know you want a little taste of this.
Yes,
because
I do.
I know you. Is it good? Is it? Now, we go by a number scale. 1 to 10, 10 meaning great, 1 meaning it needs some work. How does that fall
You
in
know
the
it's
number?
a 10.
Okay, all right, it's a good 10. Let's go on to the next recipe.
Okay.
This is going to be our apple spice pancakes. And honey, if you will read that recipe for me.
1/2 cup almond flour, 1/2 cup rolled oats, 1/2 teaspoon salt or to taste, 1/2 teaspoon apple pie spice, 1/4 cup honey, 1/2 apple cord, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 4 cups of water, 2 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon baking powder, aluminum free, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup prepared aquafaba. 1 large golden apple cored and diced, 1 large gala apple cored and diced, 1 cup apple juice concentrate, 1/2 teaspoon salt or to taste, 1 teaspoon apple pie spice, 2 tablespoons of honey, 1/2 cup water, 1 tablespoon cornstarch, 1/2 cup pecan pieces, and 1/3 cup golden raisins.
Now the recipe that Rendall read was for both the pancakes, these are our apple spice pancakes, and our apple topping. So we're going to kind of be working 2 different recipes at one time here, because what are pancakes without some great topping? So we've got some apples steaming right now because I want them, I want this to be done at the same time this is, however this might be done first. So honey, you're going to keep an eye on this, and what I want you to do first is I want you to take the cornstarch or arrowroot powder, whichever one you want to use, and I want you to just kind of stir that in there with a spoon. There are some smaller spoons over there while I get the pancakes ready. Now, of course, my husband says you can eat 20-some pancakes at one time and not gain weight. I'm not so sure about that. However, I'd like to believe that. Now this is my almond flour. You can use almonds if you like to, that's up to you. I do like to use the almond flour because it's pretty accessible, you can get it anywhere. My oats, my apple, and I always use the peelings. And of course with a Vitamix it makes it a lot easier. Salt to taste, if you don't use salt, don't use it. I am going to put my apple pie spice blend in there with it. And my honey. I like to use honey for my pancakes because it actually helps in the browning. It makes them nice and light and golden. So we're going to put our honey in here.
Well, they're really good pancakes. I have to emphasize that.
Yeah.
Really good.
I've only found one thing that Rendall did not like. And what is that, honey?
White chili.
A white bean chili.
I'm sorry, I'm a Southern boy, and chili should be red, not white. I like the chili, but not white.
I thought it was so funny when I made him this chili. I'm like, what did you think of that? And he says, honey, that's just wrong. So I've only made it one time. Now I'm going to blend this. It's going to be noisy for just a few seconds, so bear with us here. How are you coming along over there?
Well, I stirred this in.
Okay, and while I'm blending this, honey, add the salt.
To this?
No, to this
In
here.
here, okay.
Yeah, you might want to take that off. And
Start at the top and work
yes,
down?
Work down. That would be great. And I'm going to blend this. It'll only take a few minutes when you're blending.
That is a noisy blender.
It is a noisy blender, I know, but it works so great.
How many of those do you own?
How many of these do I own,
Yes.
Vitamixes? Oh, I have 3. And what do I want?
Another new one.
Another new one. And why do I want it though?
Well, because it has a little scale that weighs out the ounces. And
It has a Bluetooth scale, and I'm like, oh, honey. And then he'll say, oh, buy it. And I'm like, oh, no, I don't want to spend the money. And then we'll see it again, and he'll say, oh, buy it. And I'm like, no, I don't want to spend the money. I feel like, you know. But I do put all 3 of my Vitamixes to use, so it's not like they're sitting home in the cabinet. I have one that my good friend uses because they do a lot of baking for me all the time. Alvin and Julia Mowry, they always are making up great recipes.
that's a fact.
That is a fact. And also, my daughter-in-law has got my other one, and she uses it for my grandbaby, so.
I'm continuing here. Put this one in.
I want you to continue. You're doing good. Hey, maybe you could start cooking breakfast for me or something. You think? No, okay. I seen the look. I got the look.
I make a few things.
You do. Chips. I love your tortilla chips. Now I'm adding this a little bit at a time because oats, depending on the oats, can just suck up that moisture, and we don't want a real wet, runny pancake.
Last item, is it going in?
I want you to stir that a little bit, honey, because
Okay.
that is your, here, I'll do it for you. loosen up that corn starch. Yes, this goes in now. And once it's thickened there a little bit, I want you to continuously stir that for me. And you know, these pancakes, oh, they are so delicious. Now you're gonna see me use something here you probably haven't seen me use before, but this is aquafaba. This is from your chickpeas. This is the juice off your chickpeas. When I make it as a sweetening, like a topping, I will use like confectioner's sugar or stevia, a little lemon juice and vanilla, but I always, always use cream of tartar.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Who named that and why?
I don't know. I can't answer that one. Can you believe it? Aquafaba.
I can't
Maybe
spell
it's
it.
maybe it's because liquid aqua, but that would be water. Faba, fabulous.
Julia would know on that agua anyway, yeah.
Anyway, now I'm just going to let this sit here and fold in and add my baking powder.
I'm still stirring.
I want you to still stir. You're doing good, honey. Ooh, yeah. You can turn the heat off. I think it's the top, right here, on the top one. No, down one, confuse you. No, one more. Yes, that's it, you got it. He always said he was multiple choice.
Turn it all the way down.
Yep, turn it all the way off at this point. And excuse me, I didn't mean to walk off the set, but I do want to get my griddle and get these started for you. Some people are probably thinking, Melody, why would you do breakfast at Christmas time? We love it, don't we?
Yes, we do.
We like breakfast sometimes in the afternoon, don't we?
A lot of times we don't have our breakfast till
We don't.
10.
We don't have them till later. All right, if you'll do me the honors, honey, and hand me that spatula for my pancake. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
And if you'll notice, I'm not using oil. I don't like to
Is there a
use...
reason you don't use oil?
You know, there it is, Rendall. You know, through the years, I've lost weight, and I've gained weight, and I've lost weight. It's hard when you have Hashimoto and celiac disease, but I do the best I can. But one thing that I've kept off is my diabetes is gone, my medication's gone, and I haven't had it back. And oil is a fat, but it's a refined fat. I'd rather have the olives that is essential fat. So that's why I've eliminated oil from the diet. And just like you, when we met, you had type 2 diabetes.
Right.
You took high blood pressure medication, and you had cholesterol medication.
Correct.
And how much of that do you take now?
Nothing.
Nothing.
And my numbers are good.
Nothing. You take no medication. Now, my husband's going to be 73 years old, and I'm in my 60s, and we're medication free. And I love it. And I love the food that we eat. Our food tastes so delicious. I love it. Now, I want you to hand me that black ladle. Right, yes, thank you. Oh, Rendall, you're doing so good.
I'm learning.
You're learning. And I'm hoping this is warm enough because I just want to do a few to show you you don't have to have the oil. It's still not too hot. And normally I will find whatever spatula gives me a serving for a nice sized pancake. And there you go. We're just going to let them cook. And there's something about this aquafaba that makes the pancake real light and airy, just like you would be if you went to make your pancakes with eggs. But you don't have to add the eggs. I'm going to turn this up a little higher. And once we start seeing those bubbles start to form, it'll be nice and golden on the other side. And then we can turn the pancake over. And voila, we have great pancakes. I know you can see them right down here in front. These are the pancakes that we made previously. And I can tell you folks, the pancakes that are on that plate, my husband could eat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He could eat all of them.
I like the bigger pancakes.
You do? You don't like the
Eat more,
smaller
and you
ones?
can only say you ate 3 or 4.
Oh,
maybe
is that
6.
what it is? So would you rather have them big?
Yes.
And you could eat like 8 big ones and say you only had 8
could.
pancakes.
It's
I
been
don't know
done.
how he does it. I would kill for his metabolism. It's wonderful. Well, hey, why don't we go on to the next recipe? Would you read that for us, Rendall?
Sure.
Let's do that.
1 cup polenta, 4½ cups of water, 1 small jalapeno chopped fine, 1 teaspoon salt or to taste, 2 cups vegan cheese shreds, 1 avocado peeled and sliced into thin wedges, 1 tomato sliced into thin wedges, 1/4 cup green onions diced.
This recipe is for our spicy polenta, and of course, my husband, a Texan, he loves jalapeno. He likes spicy food. I do too. I don't like it real hot like you do, but what I like about the spicy polenta is by adding the avocado on top of it and some of the vegan-style cheese, it really mellows out that heat. So you can still tell there's spice to it, and that's up to you, viewer. If you want to change that and add little, or you want more jalapeno, you just do that. That's great.
Jalapeno to taste.
Jalapeno to taste. Now, also, when people cook polenta, a lot of times they'll cook their polenta way, way too fast. I like to put, like here you have 1 cup of polenta, 4½ cups of water, and I just keep cooking and simmering till it boils down. And you're going to have a much milder polenta. It's not going to be real hard, you know, you're gritty. So this is much softer. And that's what we've done here, is Rendall has been really doing good on this deer. And I can't believe how good you're cooking, honey. Mercy.
I have no excuses now, I guess.
No, none at all. I found out the secret. I got him on here, and he's just cooking up a storm. So it's like, so when we get home, do I get breakfast in bed?
Yes.
Do I have to cook it and then go back to bed and eat it? I'm just kidding. Anyway, I did that. I made breakfast in bed for him one day, and I said, how do you like that? And he said, nobody's ever brought me breakfast in bed. I couldn't believe it. Now at this point, honey, let's go ahead and add not all that cheese, but probably maybe about 2/3 of it.
All right.
And then I want you to stir it down in there, and it's going to change the color. Even though it's yellow, it's going to give it even a nicer yellow color.
That's about right.
That's good. I think that's really good. And then stir that in. You know, there are other vegan cheese style shreds out on the market. There are some that have like jalapenos in them too. There are some that are like a mozzarella or a provolone. If you don't want the cheddar, just try something else. But we really like the taste of cheddar. You know, in my dairy day, I was kind of what you call a dairy-aholic. So that was the hardest thing for me to give up, was dairy. But
Same
now,
as me.
was it you too? That was.
Yes.
When we got married,
Cheese.
you thought you never have pizza again, didn't you?
Well, I thought that, but you fixed it.
I did. I fixed it. He gets to eat pizza now. That
do you
looks
think?
really, I think that really looks good. Let me, I'm going to add a little bit of salt to that. And if you want to stir that in again, then we're going to pour some in here, and I'm going to dress that up. Ooh, that looks so good. Do you want to pour some right in there? I know it won't all fit in there. Good job.
It might.
Right there. That's enough. There's your serving. You can eat that. Ooh, got it on. You could do that? Normally what I do is I'll let this cool down a little bit, but then I'll start, because I like lots of color, and remember this is a Christmas program, and so I'll start layering my avocados and my tomatoes on here. So whenever you get a serving, with each bite, you're going to get some of these wonderful avocados and tomatoes. And Rendall can tell you, I eat tomatoes probably with every meal, and especially for breakfast in the morning.
There's no grits like that. I have had Southern grits for years, but never like this.
In other words, these are pretty good. Is that what you're saying, honey? Thank you so much. He always makes me feel like I'm the best cook ever.
Kind of think she is.
Look at this. This is so beautiful.
It is.
I mean, that is a picture right there. I love that. We eat with our eyes, so we always want, you know, if it doesn't look good, it's probably not going to get past the lips. So I always encourage everybody to make your food bright as well as tasty. Well, why don't we go on to the next recipe, and I'm going to let my husband read about our avocado toast.
whole grain bread or bread of choice toasted, 2 avocados peeled and mashed, 1 clove of garlic minced, 1 lime juiced, 1 small container cherry tomatoes cut in fourths, 1 shaker of everything bagel seasoning, and then salt to taste.
What do I like better than avocado?
I don't know of anything.
I love avocado. I don't use margarine, so a lot of times avocado is my margarine, so that's what I use instead. And you know, avocado toast has gotten very popular, but I've eaten it for years, so
Yes.
it's been popular in my home a long time. So today what we're going to do is we're going to make our own avocado toast. And Rendall, you're going to be my masher because you're the guy
Okay.
with the muscles. So how do you like that?
Well,
Muscle
I'll try
guy.
my best.
Muscle guy here. I'm going to try to get it out for you to help you.
Okay. I'm
And
gonna wait till you get the second one in there before I start mashing.
well, that's a good idea. That's a good. Did you ever eat much avocado before we met? Have you?
Not that much.
You didn't? You like guacamole though.
Oh yeah.
You're a Texan. Gotta like guacamole. That's like a staple in the
It
South,
is.
isn't it?
It is.
Salsa and avocados.
That's it.
Tortillas. And while we're talking about that, Julia makes the best tortillas I've ever tasted. And when we go on long trips, she always brings some over to the house for us. For me, she'll make me like a dozen of them, and she'll tell Rendall he can only have 4. And the reason for that is because he ate my tortillas one time when she made them for us on a trip. Yeah, I think I got 1 or 2, did I? But
Maybe.
you thought they were all for you though, didn't you?
You were asleep, so.
Was that what it was? Ooh, I have to hide the food now when I go to sleep. Is that what it is? Okay. And you can make as many avocados as you want. In my house, there are sometimes we do 4, don't we?
We're blessed at home because avocados are inexpensive.
Yes, 35 cents. Sometimes they're 4 for $1. It's awesome. Now,
We've seen them high at like $1, $1.50 a piece.
oh yes, we travel so much with our ministry that we go all over the United States, and we have actually seen avocados at times of the year for $2 a piece. Sometimes I leave home with a case of avocados. And why do I do that, Rendall? Because they're so expensive if we don't. Put some salt in
Well,
it. You
they're-
don't have to use salt.
Now there's different types of fats.
Mm-hmm.
What would you call this type of fat?
I call this fat an essential fat and my favorite fat. So we need fat in our diet. A lot of people say, oh, you can't eat fat. No, there are types of fat you can eat, and that's why I always use essential fats like your nuts, your seeds, your avocado, your olives. I just don't use them in the oil form. Well, look at you. You're
Well,
fast.
sometimes you like it a little bit of crunchiness to it.
I do. I don't like it just real mashed. You're right. And I'm going to keep your spoon in there because I call it buttering.
Okay.
We're going to butter our toast.
New term for me.
Yeah, we'll get you. You can do yours. I'm going to put you to work, boy. Look at this. Now, I know in the recipe it said red cherry tomatoes, but this time of year they have beautiful colored ones, and I thought, why not add variety to it? Let me put this down right here. You already got yours ready, don't you?
Are you you're gonna add some spice.
No, this.
What is that?
This is that everything but the bagel sesame. I absolutely love it. There's a lot of this. Oh, I can tell who this one's gonna. Yes. Rendall, you're not kidding me. You made this for yourself, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I love this product here. It tastes so good on the toast. And like I said, I've been eating this kind of stuff for years, and now it's very popular. So when it gets popular, then you'll see more of the items out there for sale. Wonderful. I used to eat a lot of bagels. I don't eat them anymore. I can't have the wheat. I dabble in it sometimes, but I know I shouldn't. I think that's going to be enough to fill this plate, honey. Then if I'm going to fill that plate, okay, you have the choice. Is this your plate or is this going to be yours?
Well, I'd like either one. Your choice.
Isn't that beautiful? Again, we eat with our eyes, folks. I was fixing to say, he's going to pick that up and eat a piece, aren't you? That's kind of crunchy. I don't know if you want to do that. And you can toast your bread in the oven. You can toast it in the toaster, or some of you might have a toaster oven, however you want to do that. Some people will put a fat on there first, but I don't. I let the avocado be my fat. Before we go on to the next recipe, which is going to be our lemony cranberry bundt cake.
Oh boy.
This was a product that I had called a friend of ours and asked if he would help me with this recipe because I was working on a couple different ones.
Does he have a name?
Alvin Mowry, you know who he is, thank you. Alvin Mowry, he comes here at our camp meeting and helps us in the spring and in the fall. He's always here as our baker. And when you come to the kitchen, you come to camp meeting, come back there and ask for Alvin. It's amazing. You can give him something and say, this is what I want, and he makes it. I love to cook, but baking is not my forte when it comes to desserts. I try not to eat that many of them, so I don't. So I'd love for you to meet Alvin. But first of all, I want to go to this recipe because we're going to read it. And if you'll do the honors for me, Rendall.
Sure. Zest from 6 lemons, 4 teaspoons ground flaxseed, 4 tablespoons of water, 1 1/2 cup unsweetened applesauce, 2 1/2 cups of sugar, 1 1/2 cup sour cream, 5 cups unbleached flour, 1 cup unsweetened almond milk, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 2/3 cup lemon juice, 3 1/2 cups thawed whole frozen cranberries, frosting, 2 cups confectioner sugar, 2 tablespoons fresh lemon juice, 2 tablespoons lemon zest, 1 tablespoon vegan cream cheese, and 1 to 2 tablespoons of almond milk.
Before Rendall read that wonderful recipe, I was talking about our friend Alvin and Julia Mowry. Actually, Alvin is the one who does a lot of the baking with the regular flours. Julia, his wife, bakes a lot for the gluten-free. But a surprise we have for you today is we were able to get Alvin and Julia to come down here with us. And I would like to take this time right now to invite Alvin on the set so he can help us with this recipe that he actually did. Alvin, if you don't mind stepping up here. And actually, Alvin and Julia were friends of Rendall's. Hi, Alvin. This is Alvin Mowry. He's I call him my baker. I can't hardly go anywhere without these two. I mean, they are wonderful. But Rendall has known them for over 35 years.
Yes.
And then he married that woman.
And then he married this woman. That's what they call me, that woman. They've been in music ministry for a long time because Julia is a wonderful musician. She sings, plays guitar, mandolin. She's done so many concerts. You do a lot to help her with the concerts, don't you? You do all the...
I usually stay with the sound.
He stays with the sound.
He's a designated roadie.
But then they were praying and said, Lord, we'd like to do something else if that's your will. And guess what happened?
Then you came along.
Then I came along. And before we had met, they had talked about plant-based nutrition, not for themselves. Julie had been really changing a lot in her diet. I mean, it's amazing what this woman has done with her health. And Alvin recently has done a lot in making plant-based desserts. And I don't know what I would do without him when we come here or are invited to come to camp meeting. I always make sure I drag these two along because he's always in the kitchen baking all these wonderful desserts.
You've messed up all my recipes. I baked with a lot of butter and sour cream.
I know. And this is the thing. I can say, Alvin, this is what I'm looking for. This recipe here came about on our journey from Ohio back to Texas. And I said, I really want something good for our Christmas program that's a little bit out of the norm. And I said, I love lemon. I love the brightness of lemon. And I love cranberries. Can you do a dessert for me with no butter or margarine, no oil? I said, you can use sugar. That's okay. And I said, this is what I want. And so we came back home. He made that recipe, brought it to potluck at church, and I'm telling you, it is just absolutely wonderful.
And I listened to the discussion of this recipe in the vehicle from about 10 in the morning till about 5 that evening as they were communicating back and forth, figuring it out, add this, do this, try this. And
Julie got even with me. She sent you a picture of that cake at midnight.
She did. They sent me this picture of this cake at midnight, and I had this dream about this cake. I was fighting to get this cake. I didn't get a piece of this cake until the next day. And I said, they brought it in to me, and I just like woofed it down. Rendall's still getting his dandy blend. I've already eaten mine. But why don't we go ahead and start this? And the reason why I really wanted you here is, Alvin, I think you are a great baker. You know just the consistencies. Well, I've seen that. As much as I've cooked, baking is really not my forte as much, but I love to eat it. I just don't like to bake it as much, and I have found that. But you're really good in your textures and your measurements of how much flour versus liquid, and that's a talent.
Well, I used to call it common sense, but unfortunately, it's probably a God-given talent because I found out common sense isn't real common anymore.
So this is your sweetener, and you always like to use a certain kind of sugar. What is this one here?
I try to use sugar as natural as possible.
Okay.
I either use a turbinado sugar,
4
or this one's
teaspoons
just
of
evaporated
baking powder.
cane juice. It's still a natural, pretty much a natural sugar.
And then this is your applesauce. So you did this to help replace, and I've got this if you
This
need.
was to take the fat out because my pound cake called for I put 2 sticks of butter in it, and you affectionately called it a butter cake.
I did. And now the brightness here, we're talking how many zested lemons here? Is that 6?
This is the zest from 6 lemons because
yes.
I don't like to use lemon extract or anything else that takes away from it. I like mine all natural, so that's usually where I go. And then since you don't want any eggs in it, and I've gotten quite accustomed to not using eggs now, I use flaxseed usually, and sometimes cornstarch, but primarily flaxseed, and about a tablespoon of water per teaspoon of seed.
Okay.
To take,
that takes the place of the egg.
That replaces the egg.
Some people buy egg replacers. Some people will use cornstarch. When you're baking, you really like to use the flaxseed. It works really well.
I've had very good success with the flaxseed. I just found that when I first started using it, I was using too much, and it gave the cake more of a pudding type of taste.
Oh, we can talk while he's blending here. This isn't like the Vitamix is like a rocket. It just has so much noise. And Rendall's standing over here thinking, man, when he gets done with this, I know exactly what I'm going to do. You're going to get you some of that, aren't you?
I like to put the zest in with the liquids. Because that way the flavor of the lemon, because the oil of the zest will go into will saturate through those liquids that are in the cake, and it keeps my flavor in there because I like lemon.
I do too.
I like a nice bright lemon taste.
Now, what do you put in next? Where are you going?
I would go with the
vegan sour cream?
Yes.
And I have to tell you a little funny thing while he's doing this. We were sitting at potluck one day at church, and let me tell you what, when people found out that Alvin was making all these plant-based or vegan desserts, it's like ants. Boy, they just swarm all over this anthill, and his cakes, everything he brings is gone. He always brings a little extra over to the table for us, or we wouldn't get it. And he sat there one day and he said, you know, there was a time that I used to make fun of people who didn't eat meat or dairy. I said, you did, Alvin? He said, yes. But he said, I've learned a lot. And he said, now I understand. And I appreciated your honesty in that.
Well, I've had so many vegan dishes that a lot of times they were tasteless.
Yeah, I've seen that too, or had that happen. Or sometimes they don't always look the best, and I've always said we eat with our eyes, and if we can't get it past our eyes, then there's no way we're going to get it down our stomach. No way.
That's right.
And now on this recipe, you like to blend your flour a little bit at a time. Is that right?
Exactly.
Okay.
I want it in there. I want to get it mixed in. I want all that flavor to be in with the flour before I add the rest of the liquid to it.
Okay.
And it's going to get a little heavy, but
that's all right.
It's gonna be good.
Oh, I know what you're doing over there, Mr. Caviness. I've got your number. I know exactly what he's doing. He's thinking, oh, this is yummy. I'm going to get some of this.
In Alvin's family, he's famous for his
His
German
chocolate cake.
And he's working on making that vegan.
He has.
We
He already
have made
did.
it vegan, but we're changing the recipe.
Okay.
But his family reunions, if he didn't make a German chocolate cake, it was not a successful reunion.
I'll just do this, Alvin, so
Would
we
you
can
please?
hurry this up a little.
That's right.
Yeah, I've had a piece of the German chocolate cake that you made vegan. It was delicious, and again, I was surprised because you know German chocolate cake has a lot of fat in it.
It
Yes.
does. Most people don't realize, they say they like German chocolate cake, but German chocolate cake has almost a pound of butter in it,
Oh my!
counting the topping.
So a lot of fat.
A lot of fat. And then it takes a cup of buttermilk too, and 8 eggs.
Oh,
Oh my.
heart attack. Now you tell me what you want me to add here, Alvin.
Just
and
keep adding the
just
flour.
keep
You're
adding
doing
the
a
flour.
fine job.
Thank you. That is all. I can smell
how-
that lemon.
How thick do you want that? I mean,
What do you mean?
when you put the water in, is there a certain consistency that needs to be before you put it in the pan?
I don't know how exactly to explain that because, see, I was used to making pound cakes, so I want this consistency of the pound cake.
All right.
And just a little bit looser, so because I want it to raise more.
Now, do you want me to put the milk in?
Would you please?
Now, what about
kind
the
of
salt?
milk is that?
That's almond milk.
That is almond.
That's
Hey,
unsweetened almond milk.
and you always use unsweetened and the almond milk in your recipes. I've noticed that.
Yes. It's all your fault.
That woman. That's what they call me. That woman.
Okay, you can go ahead and put the baking powder in.
The leavening.
Yeah.
I'm salivating. I am going to get your pan over here, Alvin, so when you're done there. And actually, do you mind if I start doing the frosting over here?
Be my guest. You put the confectioner sugar and the lemon
The
zest,
zest?
and then take that sour cream and work it into the sugar.
Well, talking about that almond milk, I've got a little story that I can tell while you're mixing.
Go right ahead.
I was a heavy milk drinker,
Oh, yes.
and to the point of 2.5 gallons a week by myself. And when I gave up dairy milk, I found that I could sleep at night and breathe
Through your nose.
my nose.
Yeah, you told me
And
that.
I
I
would
couldn't
normally
believe it.
get a couple, 2 or 3 sinus infections a year, and I feel like giving up dairy, eliminating dairy, really helped my health.
Wow.
Well, as much as I complained about changing my recipes, I'll have to admit that I feel better, sleep better. I can't tell you how many times people have commented, "My, you look so healthy." And I tell them I'll be 75 years old in a couple of months. Most people have a hard time believing it.
We're old timers, aren't we?
Yeah, I've been called some
We
other
are.
things, but that's true.
And you know what's wonderful? Lifestyle disease is just exactly what it is from our bad lifestyle. And we found out that we can actually change the food that we eat, walk, exercise, sunshine, fresh air, water. Oh, the cranberries. Now
It's Christmas.
That's right.
Melody said she wanted color.
Yes,
There's 3.5 cups of cranberries there.
and a little bit of sweetener, which they can use stevia or they can use sugar.
Yeah,
And we
this one has
prefer a good,
2
healthier sugar.
This has 2 tablespoons of the raw sugar on it. And just
It
kind of
really looks
fold that
nice.
in.
That was a new term to me, folding. I didn't realize that.
You thought it was laundry, a laundry
Yeah, I did.
term, didn't you?
Yeah.
Hey, Rendall, if you'll do me a favor, hand me that cake over here. This is
around
one
behind
we
you.
baked extra. Now, why I did this is because I thought, well, at least we could eat some of it. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard for us to show you. Look how easy that frosting just went together perfect. You know, this is a perfect frosting because it is a drizzle. So we have one here that we can drizzle for you.
If you hadn't had the week you had, I was going to, with Julie, make you a gluten-free one.
Yes, that's our next project. Actually, we have talked about this. We are doing a gluten-free cookbook, and Alvin, I talked to him the other day. I said, let's do a vegan cake and just a cookbook about cakes. We're going to call it Simply Yummy Sweet Cakes, aren't we? That's what we call Alvin. That's his new nickname, Sweet Cakes. He's going to help you do that. Look at this, how beautiful. Oh, Alvin, this is beautiful.
We have a big spoon in there.
I have a spatula.
One with
Do you want this? Is that big enough?
Well, I just wanted to get it in there
started
without getting it all over the tube until.
Look here.
Just turn that pan gradually as.
There we go.
Now, if there's any left over, we always take the smaller bundt pans and we make like mini cakes. And, oh, isn't that beautiful?
It is
oh,
that.
How could you deny that beautiful cake? Look here. Alvin, thank you so much for coming here on the program. I had to literally twist his arm. He said, no, I don't want to come out there. I said, Alvin, you got to come out. I want people to know who you are and what you do for us. I think it's important to give people credit when credit is due.
Now, there's enough there for about 3 of those little bundt pans.
Great. Let's go on to our next recipe. Rendall, if you will read that for us. This is for our cranberry breeze.
4 cups 100% cranberry juice, 4 cups 100% pineapple juice, 4 cups 100% orange juice, 1 cup frozen cranberries, 1 tablespoon of sugar or packet of stevia, 1 orange sliced fine for garnish.
Every good brunch deserves a wonderful drink, don't you think?
I believe it.
And I really like this one because it's made with 100% fruit juices. And actually, for this one, I took the pineapple out of the can. If you can't find pineapple juice that's 100%, find 100%, whether it be crushed or tidbits, you can use that. Now, this is cranberry juice that I got that is 100%. That's about what I want in there. This is fresh squeezed orange juice. I love fresh squeezed orange juice. That's why I like to go to Florida. I know. We go into Florida and guess what we do? We hit that place, what is that rest area or something, and we go in there and drink a bunch of orange juice every time.
And it's interesting to me that the oranges in Florida are from California and vice versa.
Yes, that's true.
One is a juicer and one is an eating orange.
I know, we found that out because I thought, wow, you guys don't buy it? Now this is going to be noisy for just a few minutes because I want to pulsate it and get some of this pineapple blended. I know Vitamixes are so noisy, but they do such a good job, don't they? I know. I think I need another one really soon, honey. Now, I'm taking my cranberries. I just want a couple for on the top. That's all I want in there. And I am just going to blend this really, really, really slow. So I'm going to turn that down and basically just pulse them in. Watch it change colors.
You don't want them to get totally...
No, I want them just like this.
I want to show up.
Yes, I want some color in it, and I want just a little bit of texture. So, yummy, honey. Wow. I'm thirsty. Are you thirsty?
I think we should try it.
You know, Rendall and I travel all over the United States doing health ministry, and we just love it. We've been on the road so much in the last year, and 16 months, we have put 51,000 miles on our vehicle.
Correction, 52.
52, honey? I'm so sorry. He had to retire to go to work, is what he said with me. And I love it. I enjoy it. And it's so wonderful to have a partner who's involved with ministry with you. My husband is so supportive. I just can't thank you enough for the time and the effort and all the driving time that you spend to take us from place to place. I've never heard him grumble, never complain. He loves the Lord and he loves health ministry. It's done a lot for both of us. Both he and I have come so far in our health. We both have some way still to go.
Sure.
You know, we still want to lose weight collectively. But if there's anybody out there who might be interested in our ministry or wants to contact us for any reason, you can do that at any time. We're accessible. We have different programs that we do.
Yes.
And Rendall is a phenomenal harmonica player, and you have a CD right now. I have cookbooks, and he actually will go in and do like 30-minute concerts before or in between seminars, sometimes after church if I do the 11 o'clock hour.
Right.
And it's just beautiful. Over and over again, people say, I just love your husband's harmonica playing. It's so sweet and it's so calming, and it really is. It's not like your typical harmonica playing.
No.
But you've been doing it a long time, and you do a really good job, and I appreciate that. So having said that, if you would like to contact us about doing a seminar at your church, here's the contact information that you will need.
If you would like to invite Melody to hold one of her health events in your area, she would love to hear from you. Find out more about her plant-based cooking health seminars, as well as her amazing cookbooks, by visiting her website, melodyprettyman.com. That's melodyprettyman.com. You may also call her at 740-398-6491. That's 740-398-6491. Or write to her at Your Healthy Helper, Post Office Box 521, Alvarado, Texas 76009.
Look at this delicious food we made, and so quick.
Beautiful.
Can you believe it? Oh, I love it. When I look here at this breakfast casserole, the Christmas breakfast casserole for our brunch, Rendall, it tastes so wonderful. I just love it. And the pancakes, of course, I did that recipe for you, you know.
One of my personal favorites.
It is. My husband loves these the apple pancakes. And the polenta, the spicy polenta. Now, we eat a lot of polenta. We love it.
With jalapenos.
But this has the jalapenos in it. And I like the avocado there that just mellows out that spiciness.
Sure.
I think it tastes really well. Avocado toast. We are always eating avocado toast. We love it.
Essential fat.
It is an essential fat, and since we don't eat the margarine, that is our fat of choice.
Right.
Oh my, what can I say about Alvin's cake? I can't call that my cranberry cake or lemon cranberry cake because Alvin made it. So it's very special to me knowing that my dear friend actually thought so much of us that he created that cake. And our juice, every meal needs something to top it off. And to me, it was that cranberry, pineapple, orange.
A little tart taste to it.
It did. It wasn't overly sweet. It was just nice and mellow. I loved it. You know, honey, I've heard so many times, I call it my rebuttal, or people say, well, I would become vegan or I would eat healthier, but you're limited.
You don't have to eat like a rabbit.
No, no. This is it. Good, wonderful food, and it's hearty and it sticks with you. I know when you first changed your diet into plant-based nutrition, I got tickled at my husband and he said, I can eat less actually and feel more full, but I don't feel overly stuffed.
Exactly.
That's what he said about it. I love this kind of food too, and you know what, honey, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for being my husband, for being the godly man you are. And I want to thank people out there who watch 3ABN, who watch the 3ABN Today cooking programs. You know what, we come into your home to give you what we feel like are good, healthy recipes, not just because we eat them, but because we want you to be healthy too. Because I've always said that if you have a healthy mind, you know, when we feed our bodies, we're feeding our minds to be healthy. So we just know that it's easier when you're understanding the Bible and you're reading, you have a better discernment when your whole body's in sync to that. So we just really, again, can't thank you enough for coming into this studio with us through 3ABN and hopefully enjoying some of these recipes. Come back and with our family again. Hopefully sometime we'll be back to cook for you again. If you have any questions, they gave you that information, how you could contact us, or to come into your churches, into your homes to help you. I'm always a phone call away. So anytime you need information, you can get my phone number, give us a call. Again, I want to thank you so much, and thank you again.
And I just want to thank you for your God-given talent. God has given you a real talent in doing this, and she's willing to share.
Thank you so much, and he is biased, but I love him for that. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Amen.